Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today is November 26th. It's around 6:15 p.m. I just got back from my family's house where we had Thanksgiving dinner. Well, Thanksgiving dinner / lunch. But I figured today's video should be a little bit different. While I was sitting at my family's house, I thought to myself, what are some things that right now in my current financial situation, what am I thankful for? And so I got out my note-taking app on my phone, and I started to jot down some ideas of things I'm thankful for this year. In the year of 2020, in a year when all chaos has happened around the world, a lot of people have had a very difficult year. And I think it's just a good year to sit back, step away from the bad, and look at the good. See what I'm thankful for, and see what good things have happened to me this year. Because, to be honest with you, there's been a lot of good things. I sometimes look at my current situation, my current financial situation, and see how I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and how right now my income has to go right to bills, and it's hard to save, and it's hard to invest. And I think, oh, this is terrible, this is awful, life's a mess. But in reality, there's actually a lot of good going on right now. And so I figured I'd make this video to document and talk to you about five things that I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving in the year of 2020. So, number one, I wrote down that I'm thankful that this year I was able to buy a house. If you watched my first video, I'll kind of leave a little pop-up there and a link in the description to it. If you watched my first video, I talked about how this year I got married. I got both engaged, married, and I bought a house in 1 year, which is crazy, I know. But I'm very thankful that I was able to actually purchase a house this year with the funds I did have. And I might have to do a house tour sometime, because the house I live in right now that I actually purchased is not any old home. It's very well, it's beautiful. I know I'm actually friends with the original owner, and he fixed it up very well. He basically put brand new everything in the home. And not only did I get practically a brand new house, it's 3 stories, 3 finished stories of perfectly livable space. I'm actually in the 3rd story right now. This is my studio office. But not only did we get a beautiful home with brand new everything in it, but we also got it at a remarkable discount. A friend of mine actually sold it to us, and out of the kindness of his heart, gave us a wonderful deal on this home, shaving off at least $100,000 from the total cost of what he could have sold it to us. And that is something that I am very thankful for this year. Item number 2 that I'm thankful for this year is that I'm thankful for my job. A lot of times in the financial world of Instagram and YouTube, people talk about how they don't like their 9-to-5 job, and that they're trying to get away from it, and that it's just this plague that steals their dreams. But the thing is that I am actually very thankful this year that I have a job that I've been able to work through this entire pandemic year. And this year, even with the pandemic, we have been able to continue to operate. Granted, there's been some changes. Our attire has changed. Now we have to always be wearing a mask, and we have recently just implemented a face shield or goggles. But I'm definitely thankful that I have a job that is still going throughout this pandemic, that has been mostly steady, and that has provided a pretty steady paycheck throughout this year. I'm very thankful for being hired back 2 years ago by the company that I work for. I think they're a great group of people, and I love working for this company. Item number 3 that I'm thankful for this year is that I'm thankful that I have the resources needed to continue to succeed in whatever I wish to do. Basically, I have a good computer. I have a camera that was given to me. I was able to afford, you can't see it here, but I have 2 softbox lights pointing directly at me. That's why my face looks so white, at least on my end of it. But I have the resources needed to make videos. A new hobby I'm trying to get into is putting out videos on YouTube. I have a old mixer down there that I bought, I think when I was in like 10th or 11th grade of high school. And so I've been able to repurpose that and use that for this purpose. A while ago, I bought a mic. I think it's an AKG microphone. I think it has pretty decent audio. I have the cords. I literally have everything already I need for this channel. And then it also goes without saying that I'm very thankful that I mentioned in item number 1 about the house, but I've also throughout this entire year had multiple friends and family members gift myself and my wife many, many gifts for our house. We are very well furnished. We've had, actually just this past weekend, one of our family members, they were moving and they had a dining room table set, a very nice set. And they were moving and they're like, hey, you guys are newlyweds, do you need a table? And we're like, yes. And they're like, here, take it for free. You just have to get it out of here. And so we got a beautiful dining room table with also, they gave us a very nice china cabinet that goes with it. But I can just tell you guys story after story of friends and family members who have been so they have blessed us so much throughout this year with just giving us gifts. You know, my wife and I being newlyweds and young and just surrounded by people who have gone out of their way to be gracious to us and to bless us with so many gifts and items. And I'm very thankful for that. Item number 4 of what I am thankful for. I am thankful that over the years, I've been able to save up money, both from working in the restaurant business to working in a factory to now working in home care after, the healthcare field and home care after I've graduated from college. And I've been able to save up money so that this year, back in the beginning of October, I was able to go on a very nice honeymoon with my wife. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that sometime, but it was very nice. We were able to we stayed within our state. I'm from New York, so we stayed within our state, went up to Lake Placid, had a beautiful little studio apartment that we rented out there, did some sightseeing, went to a museum. We just did some fun things up there and just kind of relaxed and had a nice 2 weeks to ourselves. But yes, I'm very thankful that over the last, I would say, 6-7 years of working, been able to save up money so that I was able to comfortably purchase a honeymoon that was comfortable, beautiful, placid, peaceful honeymoon with my wife this year. And lastly, item number 5, and this one's not necessarily something that's financially related, but I'm thankful. I mean, I guess it does tie into homes and location and timing and I guess in some ways finance. But I am very thankful that I was able to find a home that is something that's convenient for my work with travel, my wife's work and school with travel, and it's something that's actually close to both of our families. Before my wife and I got married, we talked about where we would like to live, and something that was very important to both of us is having a home and a location that's close to our families and close to where we want to work and spend our lives. And I'm actually very thankful that not only is my home close to my work, it makes it easy for travel as that's a large portion of my work. And not only is it close to where my wife works and what she's going to be doing with her career, but it's also something that's very close to my family. As I said, we just got back from their house from Thanksgiving dinner, and it's also pretty nearby my wife's family, and also our family and friends that live nearby where we do. I can go literally down the road and see some long-standing friends we have, and actually my wife's older siblings live very close by too, and we're very close to them. So it's awesome just being close to people that we know, that we love, that love us. And that's something that I'm very thankful for this year. And so as you can see, even in a year like 2020 that's full of ups and downs, with what it seems like a lot of downs more than ups, with quarantine, with shutdowns, with local businesses going out of business. But it is an interesting thing to do, to take a step back from all the negativity and to actually evaluate your life and see hey, I'm still breathing. I'm still able to function. I'm still able to spend time with my wife. I'm still able to come home to my house, to a roof over my head, to have heating and cooling, and all the wonderful things that we take for granted each and every day because there is other stuff going on in the world that puts a damper on our moods and our attitudes. And so it is good to just take a step back, look at your own life and say, like, wow, I'm actually pretty blessed with the things I do have, and there is actually a lot to be thankful for. For this video, my call to action, my challenge to you, the viewer, is to take a step back and maybe write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you can be thankful for in your own life. It doesn't have to necessarily be about finances. I know I tailored mine to be somewhat financial, as this is a financial channel, but think of 5 things in your life that you can really be thankful for, even in the midst of the year 2020. And so that's my challenge to you. I hope you've had a wonderful Thanksgiving, whether you've spent it with friends, family, yourself, or just maybe total strangers. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.